So, brother, welcome back to the channel. Manchester Derby is up next. International break is completely done, and I must say, man, we've missed football because international break doesn't give us the football with so much intensity that we get from the Premier League. From the club level, international levels normally uh, mixed with emotions. A lot of things, but it's not as entertaining as the club level football. Entertainment or something like that. Anyway, that aside, international break is now done. Every team, every country have completed their game, beat the World Cup qualifiers. Some are playing friendlies, different competitions. So it's now time to talk about the serious business, and we have Manchester Derby up next this weekend on Sunday, 6:30 p.m. East African time. For those of my fans from East Africa. Anyway, I'd say this is the right time to play Manchester City because, of course, recently we've been dominating Manchester City. We've been the most dominant Manchester side in Manchester. Man United, we've been dominating Man City. We won last season at Etihad and drew in the most boring Manchester derby ever at Old Trafford. Before that, I think we beat them in the FA Cup, or we also played them in the Community Shield as a result. But we ended up losing at the cup, or rather the Community Shield itself, because of the penalties. We lost 2 penalties where Jadon Sancho missed a penalty. But that's history. The real thing, the thing is that we are the ones who have been dominating Manchester in the few last games that we've played. And so are we able to do it again? We are looking forward to maintaining that momentum, continuing that domination against our very, very noisy rivals. Right now, Manchester City, they have a lot of players out due to injuries. In fact, Omar Mamouche is just the most recent one, just picked up an injury. I think yesterday, as he was playing for Egypt at the World Cup qualifiers game. So is another player added into the list of Manchester City players who are out with injuries. Ryan Chucky, who said he's ready, he can't wait for the Manchester derby because he felt so bad after Man United. You remember the game between Man United and Olympic Lyon. Ryan Chucky was still in the Lyon side, and we eliminated them from the Europa League in such a dramatic way. We were losing at some point. We were 2 goals up. They came back, scored 3 goals, 4 goals. We also came back again and won the game. I mean, even if it were you will just have the same feeling that Ranchaki has. And so he said he can't wait for the Manchester derby to kill us. But unfortunately or fortunately, he's out injured and will be out for at least 2 months. Omar Mamouche also out. We don't know yet the level of which his injury is at. Maybe it might be something small that can keep him out for some few weeks. But the main thing, the real thing, is that he won't feature in the Manchester derby. I also heard of Phil Foden also out, and a number of players out. So some of their key players are out. Kevin De Bruyne also already left the club to Napoli. So I think it's a very good time to play Manchester City. Although you never know, Pep Guardiola is one of the greatest coaches. You never know what to expect when playing him, especially at their home, at their own backyard, Etihad. But given the fact that we won there last time, that should not be a factor that can be against us winning in that ground. I know we're going to move in strong. As it's only Mateus Cunha and maybe who might also feature because his injury is not as serious as we thought it could be, and maybe also Mason Mount. Those were the only players that I think are out injured. Bruno Fernandes also yesterday in the win against Hungary was rested, which means he's fully ready. Sesko has played some minutes, 90 minutes, both of the games, and he's also fully ready. Sesko is now he hasn't started yet, and I think after this international break was the right time to at least now introduce him fully to the team, so that we can have that front three of comprising of Embumo, Sesko, and this guy Cunha, if he's fit. So having talked about those players, having talked about Manchester City injuries, I think it's now about time we want to talk about the starting 11. My predicted starting excited for this match, because this is a highly anticipated match. Manchester Derby, normally we have to move in very lethal, very ready, because we never know what can. We never know of the expectation, so we have to move in well planned. We have had a, I'd not say a bad start to the season, but it's not what we wanted. At least we only have one win, one loss, and one draw. One win, one loss, and one draw. Yeah, something like that. We have 4 points. We started well against Arsenal. Very good performance. In fact, we were very happy losing that game than drawing against Fulham, because of the manner in which we played. Then we went to Fulham. We started the game the first 15 minutes, if you can remember, with the same tone we played at Arsenal, at Old Trafford against Arsenal. But then we lost it all, and in fact, Bruno Fernandes missed a penalty. That game was. But again, we went to Grimsby, got knocked out by a fourth-tier team out of the Carabao Cup. I don't know why Man United never appealed, because they had registered a player late by 4 minutes or 1 minute. I don't know. So that very, very bad performance, horrible performance. And then we went to Burnley, played well at Old Trafford, but a game filled of emotions. Bruno Fernandes scored that penalty, celebrated like he scored the World Cup final goal. Brandon Boom also bagged his first goal for at Old Trafford. Casemiro, yeah, you can remember that game, how it was. But that was a must-win game, and we did it. And now, after the international break, we are now coming ready. The players are from their international level. They've played minutes, those of which have played, and now everybody's now focused. We can now start the season, because Man United, normally we start our season after the international break. So, in terms of the starting 11, I don't know if Matheus Cunha is fit. I don't know if he'll start, but I don't think he'll start. I don't think he'll feature in this game. So I think Sesko has got to start. Sesko has to start, and the striker, I'm going with Sesko. And then right wing back of right 10, because this formation we have 10s, 2 10s left and right. Right 10s, I'm going to Brand Mbumo straight up, no debate about that. I think he's gonna play Zaxi as the left 10, because I don't know also if Mason Mount is fit to play this game. So I think I'm going to go with Zaxi as the left 10. Or rather, I can put Bruno as I'm going to put Bruno as the left 10. Then I'm going to have Dogu in the left wing back. I'm going to have Ugarte and Mainu as my double pivot in the midfield. I'm going to have Ahmad as the right wing back. And I'm going to have Lenny Yoro as this right-sided centre-back. Delete as the centre-back. And I'm going to have Luke Shaw as the left-sided centre-back. The goalkeeper's position, this is a more interesting position. Will Sen Lamens start? Because, this is a young Belgian goalkeeper coming in at a very, very heated Manchester United environment, because we are now playing. We've been knocked out by Grimsby. We nearly drew that game against Burnley, and now it's the Manchester Derby against Chelsea after the Manchester Derby. So it's not a nice environment for a young goalkeeper like him to make his debut in the Premier League. So I think, though you never know, I think Amorim might just have binding between the sticks again. But let's wait and see. But I'm going with binding. So that's my first 11. I don't know about yours. You can have it in the comments. But I think that's the 11 that Amorim is going to go with, given those players that are rumored to have some slight injuries. I'm going for a prediction. I think surely we've got to win this one. We've got to take this opportunity where we have a weak Manchester City, and we've got to go full force and demolish them. We have to do away with them as early as now, so that by the time the players are coming back, they come into Old Trafford. Even if we draw 1-1 or we win again 2-1, it's going to be a 2-1 win. So I think we're going to win this one by around 3-1. Haaland is going to score. He must score just 5 goals. Oh my God. That's my prediction. Don't know about yours. Remember to subscribe to the channel and like and share this video. See you in the next video.